Welcome back to my channel. I am Keepsy, aka Keeper of the Keys. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Get them thumbs up, get them likes up. Right, so we've got family, 100,000 to 200,000 pound. Then we've got drug problem. So I was getting something surrounding family, and you are having to bite your lip, plotting on WhatsApp. So we've got a family coming through, something to do with 100,000 to 200,000 pound. With this drug problem, I is getting quite possibly into drug trafficking. So, and maybe you are having to bite your lip. Maybe these family members have caused a lot of arguments, a lot of chaos, a lot of conflict, and something surrounding quite possibly stolen money, or they've spent 100,000 to 200,000 pounds on drug trafficking, thinking they will get that back. And then we've got premeditated murder. Premeditated murder coming out. So premeditated murder, 100,000 to 200,000, so quite possibly there could have been a raid, some sort of a raid going down, and family members might think that you tipped them off, and you have loose lips. So bully girls, crew, mean girls yet pretend they're nice, sending negative energy. So there's females involved in that, of the younger age. And then we've got MK Ultra, mind control, and then grooming gang. So it's linking to a drug gang and a grooming gang. So the grooming girls to fight their battles, teenage girls, turning the girls into some sort of bullies because someone in the family believes that they're some sort of mafia because they've sold a bit of weed, a bit of cocaine, a bit of crack or something in their lifetime, and all of a sudden they're the mafia. That's what they strongly believe. So they try to get the young teenagers hooked on harsh drugs. I don't mean just a bit of weed, I mean like on harsh drugs at a young age, and then they use the children to do their dirty work for them. And quite possibly with this grooming gang, they could be grooming the child. Well, it says bully girls. So basically this group, this gang, will bully the girls and get the girls on drugs, and then it makes them, what he is getting, easier to comply with their rules. So it's a family into a lot of drug trafficking. Maybe they could have spoke out about you smoking a bit of weed or something like that, but they deal a lot harsher drugs than a bit of weed. So I ain't just talking about a drug gang where it's weed. I is talking crack, heroin, crack cocaine, that type of stuff, and pills. And then we've got major spiritual warfare. So we've got spiritual warfare what's coming out with this MK Ultra mind control. Could have actually put you under spiritual warfare. I was getting weaponising, noise harassment via phone calls, getting the ones in this family, in this gang, to bully, and using the teenage girls to do the bullying, and then getting them hooked on them drugs so they will continue doing the bullying or grooming with money to do some sort of bullying and causing a major spiritual warfare. Upgrading spiritual gifts. But because of these battles, you are upgrading in spiritual gifts, upgrading in spiritual ranking as you stay true to yourself. And again, feeling like you have to bite your lip and not retaliate, because I was getting, there's been a lot of online bullying in groups, in group chats, plebs who work in groups. I mean, you just can't make it up. plebs, excuse the writing, it was like scraggly writing, but it says plebs who work in groups. So they just work in a group, and they have been doing some chaos spells and conflict spells. So basically with this spiritual warfare, I was getting that this family is into dark arts. I mean, you speak out about what they do, and the first thing they run off and do is some sort of witchcraft to try and shut that person up. You could be a politician. You could be a politician, and maybe they don't like your political views, and they really want to cause that chaos, that conflict, and they've done a family curse. So somebody's using magic to place generational curses on you and your family. So it could be another family doing this, or actual family members. Then we've got pity party. So someone is going through tough times and wants you to experience the same thing, and they've done this out of jealousy. So they've done chaos, they've done conflict, they're very jealous of who you are and the achievements you've made, because maybe quite possibly for them to make any type of money, they've had to sell drugs. A lot of people do turn to selling drugs as a quick money maker, and once they're in that type of lifestyle, it's very hard for them to get out of that lifestyle, as everyone knows them as like the local drug dealer, and they don't want to lose business as well. To them it is actually a business. Spirit team. So although you've gone under major spiritual warfare because they've been launching some sort of spiritual attacks, maybe you could have spoke out about some sort of grooming gang in your family or in a family very closely connected, maybe not by blood, it could be by blood, but it could be ex's family. It could be ex's family, it could be with this family curse, it could be any family, it could be neighbours, it could be friends who are extremely jealous, and for them to make money they have to sell a lot of drugs. So sea salt power. Yeah, your spirit team has your back right now. You are not alone. Sea salt power, using the cleansing and restorative powers of sea salt to remove negative energy from your body and home. So spiritual baths and stuff like salt lamps will dispel negative energy. If anyone is doing any dark energy work and black magic on you, the first thing when it's getting sent your way, if you've got a salt lamp, your salt lamp will start melting. I've had a load of dark energy sent towards me over God knows how many years, and a lot of my salt lamps have melted. Like literally just melted right in front of my eyes, because what we've got coming out here is reckless magic. Somebody's out of control and doing anything to any and everyone they want without having no remorse whatsoever. So they've got into doing black magic and they think it's absolutely hilarious. But now what they've got is a spiritually transmitted disease. So because they've been working in spirit realm and they've not been protected, and they've just been doing black magic left, right and centre, doing hexes, curses, and going reckless with magic out of sheer spite and jealousy, now they've got an STD, a spiritually transmitted disease, or a spiritually transmitted demon. So be careful, someone courting or dating you is dealing with a lot of energetic burdens and dark entities. So it could be linking to an ex who you was courting or dating at some point, and this ex has gone into the dark arts, and now this ex has now got instant karma and a spiritually transmitted disease. Submission magic. So if it is linking to an ex, this ex wants you to submit and bow down to them because they want to be some sort of mafia. So again, this is a collective reading, but I is getting like an ex wants to believe he is some sort of mafia. And these bully girls who are surrounding this ex or linking to this ex, could be children, could actually be turning children against mother or father, but there is a very toxic feminine love theft magic. Someone is doing magic or spell work to take a love from you, and they can't stop it. It's like they're very, very extremely obsessed, and they're doing a love block spell. Someone does not want you to be happy in love. So they think there's some sort of mafia, and now it's linking to some sort of cult or coven, some witch or warlock. Back to school, I is getting that this masculine and these people in this family dynamic who's done a lot of spell work need to go back to school, because what goes around comes around. And again, with that spirit team has your back, it's only going to backfire. It's only going to backfire. I've had that many hex and curses what I've had to break, and then they're doing some sort of glamour spells. Oh, please, you know, spell work, make me look all glamorous, which is pretty pathetic. I mean, what's the point in doing a glamour spell? Why not just dress up glamorous if you want to dress up glamorous? What's the point in being sat there and doing a glamour spell? So going back to school is like literally they've been doing hexes, curses, that love block, love theft, submission magic, and they don't want you to manifest using your heart chakra. So friends are involved. So I mentioned it could be a friend. Also, friends involved in blue collar and white collar crime, which is linking to the grooming gang, and it's linking to also drug trafficking, which is blue collar and white collar crimes. Back to school, they could be using child or children to push them drugs. So some of the kids could be in this drug gang, and they're still at school. So friends are also involved. So this friend could be linking to an ex. This friend could be linking to an ex. So maybe you've got a friend who is very close. A friend maybe who's like a bit of a whale. A whale could be significant. Well, they was having a whale of a time when they was doing this reckless magic, having a whale of a time. Again, going back to politician, maybe you could be very politically correct. You could be outspoken. You could have obviously your own views and opinions, and this friend is not liking it. Yeah, she just wants you to get like with this wave, or he or she wants you to be down and out, like really under and drowned in deep in what they've been speaking about, where they've been creating a lot of rumours because you've spoke the truth. So creating rumours as you spoke the truth. So maybe you had to bite your tongue with a friend or a family member or an ex, and then they've started a smear campaign. And obviously if they're involved in drug trafficking, then rumours are going to spread super fast, because they're always with different people selling their drugs. And as the old saying goes, lies spread quicker than the truth. So because they don't want to get found out for some sort of grooming gang, or linking to some sort of grooming and underhanded behaviour with children in a non-consensual sex type of way, molestation, then they have tried to cover it up with a smear campaign and slandering this person in particular's name, because they don't want to get found out for being jealous, doing family curses, submission magic. Again, they need to go back to school because they've watched a bit too much Hocus Pocus, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. Bruce Almighty, God's always watching. God is always watching. God is always watching. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, He's watching. Predator. So premeditated murder and predator. So predatory on children who are still in school with this back to school. And then again, they will literally groom the young females, get them into drugs early so they feel the need. So they feel the need to come back to the person who's supplying them the drugs. Underhanded behaviour, I mentioned that. Something to do with toilet. I don't want to go too deep into it. But again, going back to this STD, and this looks like a blood sample. Someone's needing an STD test because they've caught some sort of sexually transmitted disease. So maybe a urine sample and a blood sample might be needed. If you are sleeping with somebody who's got a lot of STDs, but you're not going to know about that. But it is actually a spiritually transmitted demon. Because they've done that much spell work, they want someone else's skills and talents. I mean, don't we all want a skill and talent what we do not naturally possess? But there's no need to going off and do black magic. So they've been doing fire magic. So fire magic, they've been going to a high level advanced witch or warlock to get this done. So it's like a group of people have just collaborated together with another group of people to start doing a load of dark spell work, moon magic, and a brother. A brother is involved. And a brother is involved in trying to do throat chakra magic because this brother does not want you to speak out. So this could be a blood brother, could be a half brother, could be a foster or adopted brother, or it could be an ex's brother or this friend's brother. Who's doing throat chakra blockages. Maybe even this brother has a lot of STDs after doing a lot of dark energy work and that all backfiring. This brother is spying through some sort of camera and getting in on poisoning food or drinks. So this brother is hacking his own sibling's account, and whatever takeaways you are ordering from this brother, who could have been involved in stealing £100,000 to £200,000 because he wants the money what he's stolen, because there is some sort of stolen money, they're poisoning food and drinks. So if this is resonating with you, be careful where you're ordering your food from, because it's pretty easy for someone who's got a load of money to call up that same place, say, can you put so-and-so in so-and-so's food, can you put whatever in someone else's drink for me, and I will pay you. And all they have to do is say yes or no, and they will get that. They will get that sorted, and they will do that. Planning funeral before the murder has happened. So they've been doing a lot of poisoning. So maybe with this poisoning, you're needing some sort of blood test or urine sample to see whatever they've poisoned with you has made you like infertile or have some sort of an STD or something like that. I mean, I was getting my food poisoned at one point, and I've had tests for everything, 18, and I was all clear, thank God. So if you are worried about any STDs or someone poisoning you, yeah, definitely be careful about who you're